because nobody wants somebody to tell them their baby is ugly. What's the deal, pickles? This is Dana, and I am back for another viewer, reader, girlfriend, sister girl question. You know, that's not the title at all. It just sounded good coming out, and I'm recording more than one video, which means I have to call on some extra energy. So y'all gonna see this get up for a few videos. Anyways, this video was an easy one to me. It was a question about writing, and one of our community members, she is embarking on doing some writing for a publication. Congratulations. And she asked me what tips would I give about writing, and I would give a million tips about writing, but what I will probably do is focus on just a couple. Number one is to understand what your intent is when you write whatever you're writing. So whether it's fiction or nonfiction, what is the intent behind your written words? You know, what would you like for those words to go forth and do? How would you like for those words to impact the reader? And the way sometimes it looks in nonfiction, whether it's an article or a devotional or any of those types of things, it's usually that you want to implore upon the heart of that person. You want to share a belief with that person. You want to share the gospel, the good news with that person. You want to give someone instruction or tutorials or encouragement, right? In fiction, I honestly believe it's really closely the same. You know, you may want to give a feeling of, you know, love is love. That was in one of my books, to not close off opportunities based on the exterior of another person. You know, there's different things, but you have to kind of know what those are from the offset, so that as you're writing, it's almost as if you're letting that thought marinate into your words and into your mind and into your intention. So that's the first thing. The second thing, and any of these can go in any order, is to research. I research all the time, and it doesn't mean that the research ever makes the written page, but I feel like research allows me to get the context of the environment that I want to usher people into. It also lets us know the facts and the figures. It also lets us know what are some of the common beliefs of people that are in this situation, or what are some of the common solutions for people that are in this situation. So don't overlook research, even if it's a little. And we have a great tool in the fact that we have the internet. Like, we have the internet, and you have access to so much, almost too much. But, you know, don't forget to research. And lastly, I would say number 3 is to don't forget to insert a little of you. You know, it said that there's nothing new under the sun. Scripture even says something like that, right? And if there's nothing new under the sun, then what is it about this communication that will be different from the last time that person encountered it? And I believe that difference is always you. You bring your life, you bring your loves, you bring your dislikes, you bring your heartaches, your triumphs, your victories, your failures, your walk, you know, and everything that has allowed you to come to the place where you are. And I believe that when we fail to insert that, we miss our greatest opportunity. Even in nonfiction, even in things that are just very straight-laced. Because, for example, even in a business communication, when you bring yourself into that, it influences the examples that you use. It influences the quotes that speak to you. It influences the facts and the figures that you feel like are needed to authenticate what you're saying. And so you are the difference. And a bonus, I'm gonna get this one to you for free, girl. The bonus is, don't let anybody stop you. Writing is one of those things that is a very subjective thing, but that is placed in an area of objective scrutiny. And what I mean by the subjective thing, meaning it's very personal. The same piece could be loved by some and hated by others, and the words never changed. Right? And so that's what makes it very subjective, but it can be in a place of objective scrutiny, meaning people can say this is right and that is wrong, and this is good and that is bad, and put the period here and the comma there and all these other things. And I feel like all of the objective things can be addressed. But if you are hurt and deeply discouraged subjectively about your work, you will never get to the objective parts. If someone tells you that your writing is bad and you decide to put away your notebook and never write again, you can never get better at the mechanics of writing because you're not writing anymore. And so don't let others keep you from doing the thing, especially if it's a thing that you love. And that, y'all, that's straight up hard from the heart, because that's something I've experienced. And I experience every time I write a book, every time I publish a book. And I should have said this from the beginning. Like, I've written hundreds of articles. I've published over 25 projects, or actually more than that. I've helped with hundreds of stories. And so even then, I still battle with that. And I honestly don't think it will ever go away. I think the things that matter to us most, we care about the most. And it's the place where we can be the most harmed, the most hurt. Because nobody wants somebody to tell them their baby is ugly. No one wants someone to tell them the thing that they've labored over and that they've wanted their whole lives sucks. Like, nobody wants that. I don't care who you are. Even if you say, I can take this as professional or, professional criticism, or I can take this as constructive criticism. No one wants to hear that. But sometimes we hear it. And we've got to figure out what we're going to do with it. So that is the answer to your question about writing. Keep going at it. Who is it for? Who are you speaking to? Don't forget to research. Don't forget to infuse parts of yourself into the work that you do. And my final tip, because I did not write down these tips, my final tip, and this is probably more of a technical tip, is I usually write to one person. I think of one single person. I don't try to write to everybody that subscribes to this magazine, or to every reader, or to every reviewer, or to all the people that purchase my books. I write to one reader. And it makes it so that I don't get overwhelmed with what is to come when it comes to the opinions of others, especially because it's the way that I make my living, and it's the way that I see myself making my living as long as I draw breath. I'd love to say that that is true. And so I just have to be mindful of that, to write for one and to do the best that I can and to let it go. And after that, there used to be a song where you're like, on to the next one, on to the next one, that's what you got to do. You go on to the next one. You got to do it. So that is it. Thank you so much for submitting your question. If you have a tip for our friend, our community member, our sister, look, my sister, we've been teasing, our sister. If you have something for her, put it in the comment section. A writing tip, something maybe even that you enjoy about reading articles and things that you love to see in articles. And let's love on her. And I hope that you all, if you have a question, will submit a question. Oh, one of the things that I did not do is, if you guys would like for me to provide an email address, I didn't put an email address in the description section, but I did put a link to my website, and that goes straight to my email. So you can just put it in there, and it's private, and it comes straight to me without you having to know. So if you just go to essenceofme.com, go to the contact section, and you will have direct access to me. And so thank you. Thank you for trusting me with your question. I hope that this was helpful. Keep me updated on how it goes, and especially if it's an online publication. I'd love to be able to share that with the rest of our community here. So take care. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to thumbs up the video, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notification bell so you will know when I upload new videos. And I will see you all hopefully sooner than later. Take care. Bye.